Mr. Taha, I'm coming to you. Experts believe that Keir Starmer's backbenchers in the Westminster are not going to let him be complicit in this conflict. Two-state solution is part of their manifesto already, the foreign policy plan, and they believe that not just that, the ceasefire should be supported, but selling arms to the Israel should also be stopped. Do you see that this is actually going to transpire anytime soon?
Thank you very much, Zinera, for having me on this program. To be honest with you, Keir Starmer has brought a huge change in the Labour Party. He's brought from left to the centre party now.
True.
And they are all pro-Israel. They are not pro-Palestine. And those people who were calling for ceasefire, they had to suffer or they had to withdraw themselves from their statements. So I think we must not be deluded in this sense that conservatives have gone and Labour would take a positive stance on Gaza situation or on the Palestine situation. Having said that, two-state solution has been rejected by the many now. The way
by many you mean?
Well, from the European countries, from the Arab countries, from Israelis themselves, from the United States. It is just lip service wherever people are talking about the two-state solution. Unless Israeli government, Netanyahu, he agrees to some kind of solution, there will be no solution. And you will be able to see that when on the 24th, when Netanyahu goes and give talk to the Congress in the United States.
Well, all right. Mr. Qureshi, I'm still trying to wrap my head around what you said earlier. It is true that this Labour Party is not the Labour Party under Mr. Corbyn. It was more of a socialist side, the leftist side. Now it is very close to the centre, right? So does that mean that the far-right movement that is going on in the Europe has somewhat cleansed in these general elections in the UK as well? And if that is right, do you see more offensive policies towards the immigration, towards what is happening in Gaza? Because as compared to Ukraine, there is an ironclad support from UK and US to Ukraine and Israel, but they promised in their manifestos that if they come to power, they are going to support the ceasefire, and not only the ceasefire, also the arms being sold to Israel. Do you think they are going to flatly go back on it?
Well, unfortunately, I'm a very optimistic person, and I believe in the British democracy and the system and the justice. Nonetheless, I consider Labour Party, what exists now, B team of our Conservative Party, as a matter of fact. So they will be following a number of policies, particularly with regards to the Israeli state and Netanyahu's kind of control in Israel. They'll be supporting that. The real test lies in two things. One, whether or not there is any resolution passed within the British Parliament. Now they are in huge majority. They are in simple majority, and they can pass a resolution without any issue to have a ceasefire. Now that will be the first litmus test in my view.
True.
Then the second thing is, are they going to really have an embargo on the arm deals with Israel? I'm sorry, both of these things will not happen, because the government, the previous one, you saw the Prime Minister of Britain going to the Jewish lobby and openly saying whatever Israel is doing, it's right. But still,
to defend itself.
Although the community, the general population of this country, they came out in millions and they demonstrated against Israeli aggression and the genocide what's being committed to the Palestinian innocent people. But there is a huge difference between the ordinary public views and the priorities what the government has. These priorities are not really settled within the British government or political systems. These priorities, they are set somewhere else, and then they are imposed. I'm sure you know what's happened in Pakistan, but it's not just in Pakistan, it is everywhere. I remember when the occupation of Iraq happened, Tony Blair was not consulted.
The entire London was blocked, still it happened.
It still happened. So if you remember, the Tony Blair was not given any choice to give them any consultation or any advice. Tony Blair was just told, according to his foreign secretary, because he was not involved in those meetings. He was kept out of it because he was a socialist. He was anti-Iraq war. So
right.
I think we do talk about the democracy in Europe, but in European countries, there are also rights and wrongs decided to suit their own priorities.
Right.